Good afternoon, and welcome to the What's Up in Education podcast. My name is Alan Tulpo, and I'm the superintendent of the Gogebic-Ontonagon ISD and your host for this podcast. The What's Up in Education podcast features news and views about education in the Western Upper Peninsula of Michigan. My guests for this episode are Meghan Lane, Director of Early Childhood Education, Crystal Suzik, the Great Start Parent Collaborative Parent Liaison for Gogebic County, and Paula Maloney, the Parent Liaison for Ontonagon County. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'm glad that you were able to make some time to be with me today. Meghan, we're here today to talk about the GSC's Community Closet and literacy initiatives, but could you please give our listeners a brief description of what the Great Start Collaborative is?
The purpose of the Great Start Collaborative is to coordinate systems of community resources and supports for families. We collaborate with parents, school staff, and community leaders to create family opportunities that increase school readiness. There are 4 Michigan early childhood outcomes that we operate under. Children are born healthy. Children are healthy, thriving, and developmentally on track from birth to 3rd grade. Children are developmentally ready to succeed in school at time of school entry, and children are prepared to succeed in 4th grade by reading proficiently by the end of 3rd grade.
Okay, so those are some pretty impressive goals and objectives for the collaborative.
Yes.
What other types of programs are available through the Great Start Collaborative?
So one of our programs that we actually provide in both Gogebic and Ontonagon County happens to be our Eat Smart Knapsack program. This is actually a collaborative effort between our Great Start Collaborative and our local Michigan State University Extension in both counties. And what we've done is we've actually created a bag program that the food bags go home during each break throughout the school year. So we do one in the fall time during Thanksgiving break, one at Christmas time, and then one at our Easter break, so in our springtime. And each one of these bags have identified needs for our food pyramid. And then on top of it, these bags are providing upwards of 3 meals a day. So they're not only getting that breakfast time meal, they're getting that lunchtime meal, and then also their evening meal. So we do this in both counties, and this is one of our biggest prides for us.
Great.
The Dolly Parton Imagination Library is a program that we offer in both counties, where children birth to 5 years old receive a free book monthly that is developmentally appropriate. This provides all children a chance to have books in their home. You can pick up forms at the DHHS office, the hospital, the health department, the Michigan State University Extension office, and your local library and school. Talking is Teaching is a statewide initiative that we launched this year. It is a program that provides information to families about early literacy. It is important to talk to your child right from birth. These times can include bath time, when you're grocery shopping, cooking, or feeding your child. You can talk about everyday objects, such as splashing in the bathtub, the water is warm, here's a banana, look, it's yellow. It's really just talking to your child. These are all learning opportunities to provide for literacy.
Those are some fantastic programs available through the collaborative. The Community Closet program is one of your newest initiatives, and could you please tell our listeners more about that project?
We were fortunate enough about 4 years ago to get trusted advisor funding from the state of Michigan to open foster community closets in both counties to provide necessities for children birth to 18 years old. When a child gets removed from their home or are experiencing a crisis situation, they can utilize our closets. We also promote healthy living, so when children attend any type of appointment, including health or education, they can earn kids cash that can be redeemed in our closets. We have 3 closets located between the 2 counties, one in Bessemer, Michigan at St. Vincent de Paul, one at the Ewan-Trout Creek School District in Ewan, and one at the Ontonagon Area School District in Ontonagon. To access our closets, families or organizations need to contact MDHHS, and then MDHHS will contact myself, Crystal, or Paula to utilize the closets.
Great. And have the closets been used a lot?
Unfortunately, it's a good thing, but they have been used a lot in the last few months for foster children that are removed out of the home.
So it's an important community resource, and I'm sure that there are people out there listening to the podcast who are wondering if they can volunteer to help run the closets. Is that a possibility? And if so, who would they contact?
Well, due to the confidentiality and the situation we have with the families, we prefer to be the only point of contact accessing the closets at this time.
Okay, so maybe more opportunities for volunteering to help with the closets in the future.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. So aside from the community closet initiative, what are the other major projects currently being offered by the Great Start Collaborative?
So currently we have ventured in this year to actually hosting something that's nationwide, which is called the Gus Macker. It's a 3-on-3 street ball tournament that happens. And our ultimate goal by hosting the Gus Macker actually is to create within one of our counties an opportunity that's actually going to be beneficial to our communities. And that happens to be a children's museum. It's something that'll be interactive. It's something that will provide for all ages, including upwards into our elders in the community. And the reason why we decided to go down this road is because we actually had heard from both counties and also from service care providers that we needed something for our families and also creating an opportunity for our families to do together. So this opportunity was huge for us, and I think it's one of our ultimate goals.
It's a fantastic goal. And you had the first Gus Macker recently over the last Labor Day weekend. And from all accounts, the crowds were huge and it was a successful and well-run event. So congratulations on everybody's work with that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it sounds like you have a lot to be proud about with the Gogebic-Ontonagon Great Start Collaborative. A lot going on in the communities, obviously programs that are really benefiting children and families. If you had to select one of your programs as your greatest point of pride, what would it be and why?
Well, I would say the greatest point of pride for the Great Start Collaborative are the opportunities that we have been able to provide to the community over the years. But I think that Crystal can maybe narrow it down to our number one.
It happens to be some of the trainings and the furthering education for our families and also for even service care providers. And one of those happens to be bringing hope to our counties and providing a better scope of understanding about hope. And then also strengthening families, which we soon will be providing in this new upcoming year. We've provided strengthening families in the past. We had a great attendance with that, but we wanted to bring it back because with strengthening families, it seems to provide that bridging, that gap sometimes that we see with both our service care providers and also the families. And it kind of opens up doors for people to have better communication and understanding of the different things that we can provide throughout the community, breaking silos down, educating our families that the providers also are coming from backgrounds too. So it's actually narrowing down and understanding that we all have a story to tell. So with that, strengthening families will be upcoming. So please make sure that you keep the ear to the ground, and we'll be announcing that soon.
Sounds really exciting. Is there anything else that you'd like to share about the Great Start Collaborative as we come to the end of this podcast?
We do offer social hour with families, so they have a play group for the kids, and I do Crystal does this in her county, and I do it in Ontonagon and in Trout Creek, and we've had really good reception after the break with COVID. So upcoming is our cookies and crafts at the Ontonagon School, which will have crafts for the kids and they can decorate cookies. And in the past, we've had our pumpkin patch carving and painting, and we had between 12 and 15 families. So I think it's really been great for everyone to get back together.
And I imagine after being isolated due to the COVID pandemic, families are eager to get out there and interact with each other. So the opportunities you're providing through your outreach programs are really important. Thank you for doing that. As we come to a close, Megan, if people have more questions about the Great Start Collaborative or want to know how they can become involved in any of the programs that the collaborative offers, is there a phone number or email address that you'd recommend they use?
Yes, they can call me at 906-575-3438, extension 103, or they can email me at mlane@goisd.org.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And thank you for listening to this episode of What's Up in Education. Our next episode will be posted in early January. Until then, happy holidays. And remember, nothing you do for children is ever wasted.